got to do? Are you not going to wait? We're going to not have a look at other things today. Put it back. Put it back. Oh, good boy. You have to wait. 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 Would you like the toothbrush? Or would you like an alligator? Wait, good boy. Would you like a hedgehog? You're going for the hedgehog. Oh, you want a toothbrush. Toothbrush. Clean the tooth ends. You knew what you wanted straight away, Nanny was just being silly and made you look through the wall. You knew what you wanted. I feel good. That's what we do. We'll be chilling and having a good time. Doesn't matter if the snow is falling or the wind blows and the rain is pouring. It will always be Christmas in my heart. But this year I wanna hang out with my friends and family, making angels in the sanctuary. Doesn't matter, it's Christmas in my heart. Here we go. All right, now this Christmas. I've not felt good the last couple of days, which unfortunately is common, having an illness like mine. And I said from the beginning of doing Vlogmas that I wanted to do what I could to help raise awareness. So I want to talk about my life with ME. I started feeling different in 2005. At the time I was working full-time, as well as planning our wedding, which was planned for June. I was getting up early, I was getting my daughter ready for school, as well as getting ready for work. I would then do a full day in work, straight to the gym, trying to look better before the wedding. I would then pick Bex up, I'd go home and I'd start making dinner. I'd spend some time with Bex talking about her day. And then give her her bath, story time and bed. I try to keep the house as clean as possible, because obviously things mount up, they become a bigger issue. So when I started feeling drained, I didn't think it was anything more than needing to rest. I had a lot on. I was getting pain in my jaw. It was enough to notice where I put it down to grinding my teeth at night, because I do have TMJ, where it started to get worse. The pain in my jaw was joined by headaches, and then a loud clicking anytime I yawned. When I started getting severe pain in my ear, I made an appointment with my GP, and it turned out that I had a very bad infection in my ear. It was otitis media. I think I'm saying that correctly. I was prescribed painkillers and an antibiotic drop for my ear. Obviously, with so much going on, I couldn't stop, so I just carried on with everything, but made a conscious effort to go to bed earlier, as well as take more of a break at weekends. Antibiotic drops
had no effect, so I was prescribed an oral antibiotic. By this time, the wedding had been planned. The pain was getting worse. After seeing a doctor at our local hospital, he told me that it had spread and was affecting the bones surrounding the ear. He also told me that unless it cleared up, that he would declare me unfit to fly. So as you can imagine, stress levels were high. All of our friends and family had already booked and paid for their flights and hotels for our stay in Rome. The service was booked, the catering for our wedding breakfast was booked, dresses had all been made. As you can imagine, I had a lot of sleepless nights, but I was empty. I had nothing left, and I was on another course of antibiotics. I tried to throw myself into the festivities, went ahead with the hen night, but I couldn't drink because I was on the antibiotics, and I was just so exhausted. I was in pain, I was stressed, and I just didn't feel like having a laugh. The whole thought of getting ready to go out just didn't interest me at the time. Hanging over my head, I still had to have my doctor clear me to fly. Luckily, the day before the flight he did, with a warning that while I was up in the air, my ear may get a lot worse and I would likely be in severe pain. I was anxious, in pain, stressed. So the happiest day of my life was probably the most stressful time of my life. We got through it. And this year we celebrate our 18th wedding anniversary. Now after our wedding, I was still tired. But after planning a wedding abroad, an illness that my body was fighting, as well as working full-time and having a small child, I expected it. And I tried to get back to feeling more like me. Life had very different plans. The pain that had previously been diagnosed as IBS was finally correctly diagnosed as endometriosis. And after a few unsuccessful tries at bringing the pain under control, my consultant insisted that I was to receive monthly injections, which would put me into medical menopause. I'd gone from a normal life to seeing doctors and consultants more than I saw my own family. As you can expect, after going through so much, this exhaustion that I was feeling, I thought was to be expected. My mind and my body had been through a lot. Unfortunately for me, it wasn't over yet, as the medication and the medical menopause had done nothing to the endometriosis. My consultant insisted that I had a procedure. Unfortunately, all of this is a little too graphic. I researched endometriosis, I read papers, books, I watched talks. I even read up about how people reduce their symptoms and the pain without medication. I researched foods you could eat and foods you should avoid. But most of all, I gave my body time to heal. I think it was a message board where I read about a link between endometriosis and myalgic encephalomyelitis. So after reaching my absolute limit with the pain and exhaustion, I cried in my doctor's office, and I told him that I think I could have myalgic encephalomyelitis. He agreed with me, because for years I was told that I had IBS. what I was told was IBS was actually endometriosis, and something that I had suggested many times. So if you think something is something specific, mention it to your GP. To be diagnosed with myalgic encephalomyelitis, you have to experience the symptoms for over 6 months. Now, the symptoms include pain, they include fatigue. There is also lists that include pages of symptoms of ME, because there is such a wide spectrum for the illness. You have to be experiencing several of the symptoms for over 6 months, and you have to be tested for anything which could give you a similar diagnosis. So you have to be tested for iron deficiencies, thyroid problems, liver problems, and anything else that gives pain, as well as extreme exhaustion. I describe ME as feeling like the worst flu that you could ever have. Every single part of your body hurts. Somehow the hair on my head hurt, my toenails, my fingernails. If I shivered, I was in severe pain. I couldn't control my own body no matter what I tried. The end was the same. Me in a ball, crying due to the pain, and lay whatever way I could to be the most comfortable. I needed help to get up the stairs, to be able to get to my bed, because I couldn't do it alone. I couldn't even get my legs to move my feet enough to go up to the next stair. The worst was if you didn't feel so bad, you would try and have a relatively normal day. I would maybe put a load of washing in, or make something for dinner, something that millions of people do every single day, and they don't think twice about it. The next day, you would feel pain like you'd been to the gym and used every single weight on maximum. That pain where it hurts to walk. The aching in your muscles. Add onto that feeling like you had the most severe flu you've ever had. That's how I felt after taking out washing from a washing machine. No matter what I did, my body punished me for it. So after all of those symptoms and all of my test results, to exclude any other medical reason for how I was feeling, I was referred to Dr. Miller's team at the infectious diseases at the Royal Liverpool Hospital in December 2012. I saw a doctor who, after going over everything with a fine-tooth comb, he said he was very sorry to confirm I was suffering with ME. I will always remember that he said he was sorry. A doctor said he was sorry. We're now in 2023. had this illness for a very long time. And I have good days and I have bad days. Every day I am in this room, in this bed, just lightly lay on this side, because it's the way that I feel the least pain. I take painkillers that include Zomorph, gabapentin, amitriptyline. I take Oromorph when the pain is too bad. I need to bring it under control. And thankfully, I haven't had to be admitted to hospital by ambulance for a long time. But that is only because I know how to control my symptoms. And I have adapted my life. I learned how to be able to interact with Alfie from my bed. I changed the relationship that I had with my daughter to include spending time watching TV. I tried to put time aside for my husband, which could include eating a meal together. But that's probably the most I can do. All day, every day, I spend here in my bed due to ME. Unfortunately, after being diagnosed with ME, I have had further medical issues. And I know that the pain I feel in my hands is down to a different illness than ME. However, the ME isn't helping any of my illnesses. Like, I suffer with very raised levels for liver tests. Now, the medication won't be helping that. However, to not take the medication would be very silly. If you suspect that you could have ME, speak to somebody. You can email me. There are many charities out there who are fighting to give people with ME better quality of life. And I try to do everything I can to make a difference. And I really do hope that putting up videos every single day allows you to see an insight into my life. Aside from my family, Alfie is the best thing that has ever happened in my life. He understands that I'm sick, and he will come and he will come to the side of my bed and he will nudge me and check I'm okay. Very special dog indeed. The most important thing, if you have ME or you think you have ME, is to know that you are not alone. included links to my social pages, to my website, in the description below. So please reach out to me. If you need a friend, or I may not come back to you straight away, but I'll try to get back to you as quickly as I can. We still have a long way to go between now and Christmas. And over the next few weeks, we're having work done in the house, painting and new carpets put in, and I can't wait for that. And of course, I'll be showing you when everything is done. I'll be showing you what it's like to live with an illness like this, when everybody else is out enjoying themselves and partying and meeting friends and catching up, and all I can do is lay here. So please, if you haven't already, subscribe to this channel. Leave a comment below if you have ME, or if you know somebody who has ME. I'd really love to hear from you all. As you all know, it gets very lonely. Please subscribe. I'll be showing a lot more of Alfie and his little cheeky face. Thank you for listening. And I hope, no matter where you are in the world, that Christmas can still be a magical time. Thank you for listening.
It's a snowflake. Thank you. Wait a moment. Paw. Paw. Put a paw. And a kiss. Another kiss.